listening to, watching, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling sex, drugs, and skincare. Like and subscribe. Okay. I like that thumb. Okay. Hey. Hey, welcome back to Sex, Drugs, and Skincare. I'm Nikki Davis Jr., licensed comedian, stand-up esthetician.
That was good. That was good. That's my favorite response to a joke now.
Every week.
That was good.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Yeah. You should do that in an audience.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Alex said, you're welcome. Yeah.
That's perfect.
I like that. So to answer the guest question, no, the air conditioner can stay on.
Oh, yeah.
No. It's a valid question. I'm glad you brought it up because Alex has a way of, like, when you're listening to this right now or watching it, you're not, what air conditioner? Because that's how good Alex is.
That's how good he is.
Yeah.
By the way, this is my my boyfriend's stripper, set decorator, Sandro Yocolano, and you look really cute.
I don't think we have to put labels on anything.
Dad, I just told you look cute though.
Oh, thank you.
You do. You look nice.
Thank you very much. I feel fine.
You're handsome.
It's been a. Thank you.
If you're listening and not watching, I'm not lying.
Well, no, it's not just that. I wanted to compliment you, and I almost called you him.
You couldn't find anything.
At this late in the day, it's no, it's just I wanted to call you, and I almost called you handsome.
Oh, because like
you
my
too.
joke, yeah.
But then you have a joke like that,
yeah.
And I didn't want you to think
you
that I was stealing a
ruin
joke
it for the millions of people who are going to see my sets in laundromats all over the world.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of sets and whatnot, you know how people do comedy specials and then they retire all that material that they did in the special?
Yeah.
They don't perform in the club anymore or anything like that. Well, I kind of want to like skip the middleman here.
Yeah.
I'm just retiring all my material. I'm not going to do a special. I'm just not going to do anything else anymore. So when I do something, it'll be special.
It will be special.
Like, hey, oh my God, he walked out of the house today. You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just saying, like, everybody can do what everybody else is doing. I'm doing something different. Nothing.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've been on that road for a while.
Well, it's not paved yet. So I have to, it's very dirty.
Boo. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Alex said boo.
That's why I'm retiring the material.
By the way, subscribe. There's not a button here, but if there were, I would say hit that right there, that red thing that's not there. Subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to watch, even if you're just going to turn it on for a second, just to make me feel better, just hit subscribe so it makes us look good.
It's nice.
And comment. What should they comment on? Should we keep this Muppet in the corner? Should that
Muppet,
want your opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's cool.
All right,
I like that. Also, you don't have to like it to subscribe to it.
No.
That's a thing that I go for. I hate a bunch of shit. I still subscribe to it. I pay monthly for things I don't like, just because that's how you do it in life.
You pay for
Absolutely. They don't even ask me to. I just pay them. I give, so everything works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just
nice.
saying.
Yeah. You're just saying. That's another good after improv.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
We're
welcome
doing
to
bad
my parrot
improv.
shop.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Like that. Welcome to my parrot shop.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah. That's good. That's UCB should start using that.
Oh yeah.
They had one called Ass Hat. It was one of their Ass Hat? Ass Cat.
The groups?
The groups, yeah. And they also did that all the time. Somebody would do a scene and then someone would go, that was nice. And then the audience would like laugh because it's like, oh my God, how did they just think of that on the fly?
Right.
That
was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. But, bad improv is just, it's not for everybody.
It's for me, though.
It's for you. Yeah, exactly.
It's made specifically for me.
It's for me. It's good.
I love that you laugh at me. It makes me happy.
Well, you are hilarious.
Oh, you're my best audience.
Yeah. I've been
Always
telling you that for years.
For sure, yeah.
I'm your best audience.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
captive. I'm your captive audience.
You are captive
because you make my smoothies for me.
That's true. But when we first started going out, I was like, this guy actually laughs at my jokes, unlike some other people.
Yeah.
People that don't.
Yeah. Other people that don't.
I was hanging out with a bunch of girls though when I first started, and they didn't laugh at my jokes ever. They would laugh if I was bombing. You know them. I'll tell you later. But it's not anybody that I'm like close with or anything. But it made me feel really insecure. I'm like, am I never funny? That can't be possible.
No, I think people are. So sometimes they're in their heads more than you think they are.
I think that's what it was.
And some people, I wouldn't take it personally.
Well, it's like a long time ago, so I'm over it now.
Yeah, I'm sure those people are dead now. No. So it doesn't even matter. Or they're doing the same class, which is pretty dead. Trust me.
I'm just saying.
I don't want to talk about people I don't know.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. That should be the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
I like that.
So many moments where we just have to like, let's pivot, you know?
Or whenever, not whenever, but sometimes when we get into fights, in the middle of it, just to like break the tension, Sandra will just look at the camera that isn't going and go, we'll be right back. It makes me laugh every time. You can laugh into the microphone.
She doesn't want to.
So weird.
You look so bizarre. You're like, she's leaning away from the mic.
I'm leaning away, silently laughing. I'm like,
you're making me self-conscious.
no, you guys are funny. I just don't want to interrupt.
Dude, interrupt. That's what you're there for.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, not specifically, but
I thought I was waiting for my intro.
you are, but they don't know who you are yet.
Yeah.
Great.
Exactly.
And they should never know who I am. That's how I like it.
They're never going to, what'd you say? That's a great intro, right? Yeah, exactly. No one's ever going to, in fact, your voice is going to be modulated when this goes out.
I'm like Oz.
Yes, exactly. Right. The prison show on HBO that used to...
with lots of gay men having sex.
Yeah. One of the funniest lines ever. And I thought it was such great writing. The guy goes, bend over. He's like, why? He's like, we're going to spoon. And then he takes a spoon in his hand and he starts going, I was like, that's
a real show? That was a real line in a show? Some of
the hardest working actors.
We're gonna spoon.
Yeah, it's great writing, right? Every actor you've ever seen since like 2003 on television, it came from that show.
Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Given everything that's going on in Hollywood right now.
You said 2003?
I think to like when that show came out, something like that.
Seems like everybody who's at the top of the food chain lately has been having some sex with some dudes or some little boys. You never know.
Everybody wants to be Roman. Everybody wants to be a Roman soldier. Love your wife. Have sex with your friend. I almost said the F word.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying not to do that because
Christians.
No, not because of my family. Because because YouTube. Yeah,
because of YouTube.
Yeah, and then they're probably
that sounds like a Christian YouTube. It sounds like a Christian thing,
It does
because it's like you.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Want Christian
that's good. Yeah, we'll be right back.
Saying, we'll be right back.
All right. So today we're going to talk about.
What are we talking about today?
I'm so glad you asked. Today we're going to talk about the role of genetics in aging.
Okay.
Right. So I've always been curious, in different aspects, and there's a lot more than I could ever get my hands on and could even convey in this podcast. But I did get my hands on some stuff, and there's a couple of interesting little studies and a little bit of statistics on how much of your genetics play in your aging, and that could be, I'm focusing a lot on the skin aging, but also just being sick in general and like dying from, sickness or whatever. So that's, does that sound interesting?
Yeah. Duh. No, I think it's very interesting because I've always often wondered, like, when you hear like you go to the doctor, it's always like, you have any like your family issues? What's your family history with this? Mm-hmm. And then I always thought like, oh man, these are the same genes, so I'm going to get everything. But it's more like, I guess they found out, and it makes more sense that you live in the same house, you eat the same stuff, you drink the same things, you smell the same farts. Mm-hmm. They get into your system somehow.
Right.
So, and I wonder if it's genetics that way, or is like if you took people and you put them in different households, right? Mm-hmm. One person ate only white flour, which I guess
he'll be right back.
I'll be right back. And white flour, and like see how that actually affected them.
You're obsessed with white flour comparisons right now.
Well, because white flour is, that also sounds like a racist.
It does, yeah. It sounds
white flour. But I do find that it's interesting just because it's so much sugar and people are, So yeah, I'm very interested about genetics. Nature versus nurture. Nurture.
I hate that word so much. Nurture.
I know.
Maybe because I was never nurtured.
Nourishment.
I hate it. I wasn't breastfed. Maybe that's why. I think that's why I'm just angry.
You don't like the word nourishment because you weren't breastfed?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
That's a word spiritual people use all the time.
Yes.
It's so nourishing. And I'm like, what? What are you saying?
Yeah.
So true. Yeah.
Nourish your soul.
Oh God. Stop saying it. It's like the word moist.
Yeah. Damp.
It hurts. It hurts me. Actually, nourishes way better. I mean, way worse. Yeah.
It sounds wholesome.
Okay. Yeah. Wholesome. I hate that word too.
Nutritious is getting there for me.
God forbid I hand you anything nutritious.
Don't tell me what it is. Just say this is new, and and on my mind will go tritious.
Right, I was going to be like,
yeah, this is new.
Yeah, tritious.
But it is new because I don't eat anything nutritious except for quinoa.
And the stuff. Yeah, you do.
I eat pretty well.
We've switched over to plant-based.
Both of you, no meat.
No meat,
No dairy?
no dairy.
No.
I really didn't change much. What's that?
How's the energy levels?
I feel great.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Very, very much.
Yeah.
I
How
look
long?
sleepy. How long has it been?
Like 2 months, a month.
I think 3 months actually.
7, yeah.
Yeah, we lose track of time because we're eating the same shit all goddamn time.
You're eating the same thing every day.
We kind of do now. It's like kind of like we need a little bit of help in the kitchen. Not in the bedroom though.
Yeah, that
because we don't cook in the bedroom.
That's definitely plant based.
Yeah.
That's a wilting banana leaf. Anyways, no, I'm kidding. I just made plant based. But I'm excited for our guest. And
Yeah,
I
me
think it's
too.
time to bring this guest
Good
out.
call.
Who is she?
That's what I'm saying. Who said that? But the voice from Beyond knew.
Sexy voice.
The Oz.
Yeah.
Zoe. Zoe was there.
Zoe?
Zoe is the
it's
evil,
Oz. Okay.
Oz's evil twin.
Will you bring her up? Will you bring her in? Will you guide her to
I will.
to the couch?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I can tell you, I've known her since probably the first year I started doing stand-up when we met at Mike's, such as Red Rock and Sunset Grill.
Oh, man, those are good.
Highly acclaimed.
About Red Rock.
I know.
Mhm.
Stretch. We had him on the show too. Red Rock.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and she's so funny. And I was like, how the hell is this girl so funny? And she just started, and seriously, like, I just pictured that she was just at home, like on a farm, just practicing being funny, and then flew out here. I honestly, like, I was like, how? Anyways, and then what is your,
I just remember her being super funny as well. And just like, always like, I don't know, always just doing sketches and just doing characters. And she's just hilarious and seeing at shows. And like Dana would always, did I say her name?
Yeah.
Dana would always come in and do a show and then like get her shit and leave. And then she'd be in other shows. So I don't know. She has a lot of hustle in her and she's super funny, super talented. I don't remember her last name, but no, I'm kidding. Should I bring her out?
Yeah, do please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give it up for the very, very talented, funny actress, writer, comedian, producer, director, Dana Moon.
Yay. Okay, now you
And
can
now-
switch.
and
Now
now-
you're
Best.
really?
I swear by them.
Yeah.
You have to go
Keith.
somewhere? Oh,
No, Keith.
Shut it.
Should I answer?
Yeah. Answer it. Yeah. Yeah, you can just start.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Dana Moon. So Dana's on the phone right now. She
What's up?
accidentally she called somebody.
You call me.
I accidentally called this guy named Keith Bartender. I just want to see what you were up to. I have no idea who this is.
I can't hear you. Keep going in and out.
I just want to see what you're up to.
What do you got going on?
I'm on a podcast right now.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did we met recently, right?
We don't even know. Yeah.
So,
I want to know who I just muted him. Just refresh my memory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also trying to think. This is Dana, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where. Trying to think
Dana.
where. Can't remember where.
How about a bar?
A bar.
Do your podcast and hit me back.
Okay, bye. Hi guys.
Hi.
So I accidentally What? I'm
Yeah.
not calling him back.
Hell
I don't know
no.
who he is.
Delete that number immediately.
My phone just started calling Keith Bartender as we switched over.
Oh my God.
As I came on the show, and I don't know who Keith Bartender is, but
This is a first on sex, drugs, and skincare. I love it. It could be the sex part.
yes.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he could be a potential sex element.
Yeah.
Sex
But-
Element. That's a good name
Sex
for
element. Yeah.
for a
So-
band
so
or
does
something.
it get hot?
Yeah,
You put it- so your heater gets hot.
Water
The
heater
sex
element.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys wanted when now you're like, we're going to just intro you and you're going to be on the phone?
Well, yeah, that worked out well too. I was just going to say you were just like texting and like you didn't give a shit that you were here, but that's way better what you did.
Yeah.
It's real.
Very real.
It was very live. It was very like, that's improv.
That's improv.
That's improv.
That's
You know
another
what?
way you say it.
That's improv.
That's improv.
That's
another-
improv. I yes, and the phone conversation.
Yes, you
Mhm.
did.
And it's actually, when I leave, it's going to bother me because I don't know who this person
Oh
is.
my God.
And I don't know why I would save someone as bartender. Call him back?
What? No.
Okay.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited you were here.
I'm so excited.
She just did a podcast. What is that? What is that?
Don't clap loud.
Oh yeah. Do it silently. Oh my God. You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you. Well, I did get a facial from one of the most amazing facialists in LA.
Did you know?
Wait, is that cool to even say that? Nikki's right there. Get the joke?
Yes, I do. Sometimes.
I don't really.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, thank you for saying that. But yeah, I mean, I love she's wearing if you're listening, not watching, she's had a very strong red lip right now. Red headband.
I overlined the lip today. And let me
it.
tell you, it's a choice. And am I regretting it? We'll find out after.
No,
if I'm being honest.
No, I think you pull it off for sure.
Yeah, I did it in traffic. You know, when you're just bored, so you keep drawing things on your face.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a good look. I like it.
If I'm in the back seat, maybe, but not in the front seat.
I have a problem. If I have makeup in my bag and I'm in traffic, I'll just be throwing things on.
Is it to like get ahead? Like you're like, all right, while I'm here, let me utilize my time.
I like to use my time wisely. I try to do as many things at once.
That's really healthy, by the way.
I don't feel like it is.
Yeah, don't be present. Be as disconnected as you can.
Literally, I'm on a walk. What podcast can I listen to? What audiobook can I listen to? I'm like, how many things can I do so I don't have to sit with my own thoughts?
When do I call Keith Bartender?
Who is Keith Bartender? Literally.
I totaled my car, by the way, putting on Laurel Canyon. I was putting on concealer. Putting on concealer and then ran into the car in front of me.
But did you look good?
I know, maybe, yeah. Probably.
But the skin looked good.
The skin looked good. Yeah, you couldn't see my dark circles. So
was it that bad of an accident?
No, and I finally got rid of the Buick.
See? No, I actually need to stop doing that because on my way here, I was like, there were a couple close calls, I'll be honest.
People are running a lot of red lights lately, so just be careful. I love you.
Yeah, I have to be safe because I feel like other people in LA driving are not, you know?
That's what
you have to kind of take the initiative and be the person that you want to survive around. You have to be like, okay, you can't stop looking at the road. You can't.
No,
maybe for a second. But
I just assume everybody's going to run the red light.
I'm scared.
They do.
That's it. Nothing funny about that. That's the name of this podcast, by the way.
Nothing funny about that.
Yep.
I love that you guys have so many different titles for the show already.
Yeah. If you come up with one, we're definitely open to it, you know, so. And if you have any, you can put them in the comments.
Yeah.
Not you.
There you go.
I mean, you.
But also me,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. You know what?
The ethereal you.
It would be nice if you subscribe to our podcast as well.
I'll do it right now.
Okay, cool.
I'll text Keith Bartender to also subscribe.
Oh, I like that. Yes. Oh, that's hilarious.
This is the podcast I'm on. Please subscribe.
Yeah,
I text him.
and he'll see you and see who you are next Wednesday at 3 a.m.
Then he'll know.
And then he'll text you at 3:15 and go, okay, I remember you now.
Because he's watching the podcast.
Skeet.
What if he's like really hot? And what if I met him when he was a bartender because he's an actor? And what if he's very successful now?
There you go. See?
Yeah.
See the show just brought me Keith back in my life.
Yeah, right. Keith
back into your life. The last Keith I got rid of was it was a great relief to have a Keith out of my life.
Oh,
he was a stalker Keith. Keiths and Kevin's Keith and Kevin
are creepy.
They're a little bit.
Yeah, I've had a creepy Kevin. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
yeah. For sure.
Creepy Kevin.
I actually have some type of energy where I attract creepy men, and I don't love to admit that because I feel like I'm calling it in, but yeah, there's something about me that says, hey, creepy people, come on into my orbit. I don't know what it is.
Well, you're very open with people. I feel like your energy is very open and you're not blocked off for sure.
Yeah. And then I think that invites anyone in.
Uh-huh.
Anyone comes on in.
You need to get like a screen maybe.
Or have some boundaries.
Or whatever. Yeah. Those two.
Have a guard up.
Be emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, just, or do that. That's way better.
Yeah. Nikki, what is today's show about?
Oh, Sandra, thank you so much for bringing it up. I thought we said it earlier, but
I don't remember.
I'll tell you again.
Let's talk about something else instead.
Okay, that's so yeah, no, we're going to talk about the effects of genes on aging, skin aging, but also just aging in general and health in general. And so I looked up a few things, and the first thing I found on the National Institute of Health, some research. Okay, so let's see.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Was this a meme?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it wasn't.
Because research can mean so many different things.
That's
today.
true.
Yeah.
It could have been a meme. Yeah.
Could have been a meme. It's
It was-
fine as long as it's accurate. There's nothing wrong with it.
I thought they were all accurate.
Oh, they are. That's the point of memes,
All the
right?
memes are accurate.
To educate,
Yeah,
not
to
entertain.
Yeah,
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
entertain. That's what my
It's the
stand-up
wrong
is. Yeah. This
just
is for
educational
not for
purposes.
entertainment. So apparently for skin cancer, I did find out that you have about 10% chance if you're diagnosed with melanoma that you might pass that on to somebody else, right? To another member of the family. Oh, what happened to my notes here? Go back. Here, we fixed it.
Mm-hmm. Talk about abacuses or something while I do this.
Abacuses?
Okay. there you
Yeah.
Well, that's why
thank
they
you.
always ask you when you go in history of skin cancer.
Right.
Is that why?
But I mean, that's really a low percentage. And I think more people need to just go by what you're doing. You know, are you baking in the sun? Are you taking care of your body? I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into that. Where are you living? Do you live in Hawaii or do you live in, Northern Ireland or Ireland?
Ireland.
Yeah.
Ireland is beautiful this time of year. I've traveled. What about if you were a sun queen
Mhm.
in your early 20s, which wasn't that long ago for me? Pretty recent. I baked in tanning beds and in the sun so much that I look back at photos and it is offensive.
Really?
It looks like I would be canceled with how tan I am. Like
Right.
truly, so
Wow.
tan.
What's your background?
Too tan. Native American, Italian, Czechoslovakian, and I just did my 23andMe, and I guess I'm Greek.
Those are all
It's a similar
nationalities that can get some tan.
area. Mhm.
I'm the only one in my family who can get like dark. And I was so addicted to tanning that when I moved to LA, I lived off campus on USC. And I just wanted to tell you guys I went to USC. There's no
Yeah.
reason
I had
why
no
I should have
idea.
mentioned that.
USC.
And I didn't have a pool, and there was one spot to tan, and it was this little upper area above the trash cans, you guys.
Oh, sexy.
I would lay on trash to tan. That's how addicted to tanning. And people would walk by and be like, "You are not from here. Like, what is?"
Was
Oh,
it the
wow.
tan or the feeling of the sun?
It was the tan. It was
Okay.
to be tan.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So anyway, so I stopped doing that. Like, I want to say 26, 27. I stopped doing that.
Okay. And so
That's a lot of tanning.
it can take, not to scare you, but it can take about 30 years to see some of that damage. I can already tell you right now, though, you have pretty strong skin and I think you're going to survive it. I myself, when I was 17, I had 2 major burns where I love Major Burns. It's a new show on Fox right now.
Yeah, it's about miners,
It's about miners. Yeah.
but no, people in caves.
Oh, wait, is that a joke?
All
Yeah.
of them are jokes. Yeah. But I got
Hey, guys, what are jokes? I don't know.
I don't
His
know.
whole
You're
life is a
asking the wrong
joke.
people. We'll be right back. I got for two different boys. I got so sunburned that one time my face turned black and necrotic, and the whole thing just fell off. I couldn't go in the sun for I couldn't go outside for 3 months. It was luckily it was during summer.
How long were you outside to get that burn?
I mean, a couple hours.
Really?
Yeah, and I was.
Were you
asleep
close
in-
to the equator?
No, I was here in Los Angeles. Yeah, I was hanging right onto it like this.
Because in Hawaii, my sister and I and my whole family were out on some boat. We didn't it was cloudy, so no one brought sunblock.
Mhm.
And we were out there for 6 hours.
Oh my God.
My
Whoa.
sister had bubbles on her
Yes.
chest that were like 3rd-degree burns.
I had those.
And my mom, my brother were so burnt. And I was like, fine.
You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I have a
So I have
feeling-
thick. Oh, a dermatologist told me I have thick skin.
Oh, well, that's good.
But I was like, I'm very sensitive. What are you talking about?
You really have
Yeah.
an age. Exactly.
Boom, there's the jokes.
Try not to hurt my feelings.
Joke.
That's that's really good improv.
Yeah.
Joke.
That's how you guys have to let me know you're joking.
Yeah.
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 Joke.
Oh, I like the serious. I can't even do it. Joke.
There you go. Oh,
It's not
okay.
as good as yours, though. It's so hard for me not to make a smile face. Okay. So you're going to be fine. I have a feeling you're going to be fine. But I'm 30 years later. Okay. So I'm 56.
Mhm. That's crazy.
So that's
You
way
look-
past the amount of time that
You
I
look
think-
way younger than 56.
Well, thank you.
36, maybe.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I don't mean like, yeah. I just like saying yeah in my head, like about something
It's
else.
crazy though.
But yeah. But
Okay.
you look way younger than yourself.
Do I?
Yeah.
Because
You look younger than yourself.
I feel like recently people, and these are men, have been guessing closer. It's a fun thing to do that I'd like to do on dates.
Oh God.
Like first, second dates when they ask me like how old I am and I do the whole guess. And it used to be like 29, 28, 30, maybe 31. And now guys are like, I could see anywhere between like 35 and 39. And I'm like, what? I get
How
so
dare
mad.
you? Yeah. No.
I'm like, you're 15.
no, you look-
I get very angry.
I think you look great and your skin glows and like you have thick skin and you just have a light presence about you. I don't know what you're like at home, but
At home, I'm raging. Can you imagine?
Also, you cleaned up your diet and like a bunch of stuff
Got
too. since
sober.
yeah.
I eat very clean, working out. I feel like that does make a difference. I also have a theory that people living in Los Angeles and maybe just like major metropolitan cities don't age as fast as, people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but people who like live in the suburbs.
Yeah. And why do you think that is?
I think in the cities, we have access to like healthier foods, more workout. We're walking more. There's more workout classes, more options. There's just more options for everything health wise.
Right.
I mean, especially LA.
Also,
Totally.
they have kids a lot younger age. And I think that will put some age on you.
Drinking. I feel
Yeah,
like
a lot of drinking.
it's just a lot of like unhealthy habits in those parts of the world.
Like the small towns where they don't have anything else to do except for Oxycontin.
White bread.
Yeah. Oh.
White bread.
Eat gluten and
yeah. What's that?
eat gluten and get drunk
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
drive their
Mhm.
cars.
Yeah, I mean, when you're living in like a neighborhood and you have to drive somewhere, it's so much easier just to be like, man, I'll just stay home. And then you just, just eat. The
Yeah.
couch is the best part of living in a suburb.
Eating the couch.
Eating the couch. Yeah.
That's what you said. You said eat.
No, I mean-
Eating the couch, but yeah.
Every time I go home, I do the same. It's the same thing, which is like nothing. I mean, we go to dinners and
That's like their outing.
that's it.
Where are you from again?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay.
Mhm. But yeah. Anyways, sorry, I totally went on a tangent.
No, the tangents are welcome.
You were giving the skincare.
No. Tangents are welcome. And I'm still picturing you on a farm in Ohio somewhere. I don't know if there's farms in Ohio, but I'm
You
milking
thought-
cows. Did you have
Yeah, you always.
do you have a milking cow joke or something? Or
I had a joke about working on a farm. It was like you have a great memory, by the way. That was like one of my first jokes about how I worked on a farm as a kid. And I was a crazy it's so weird actually when I think about it. I was like a crazy workaholic. I didn't need the money.
as a child?
Yeah, I was 14 and all my friends were like, we're going to go swim at Jeff's house today. And I was like, I'm going to the farm. I got to prune these trees. Like, what was I doing? And I had rashes all over my body. And I was like, I'm going to prove to the world I'm worthy. I don't even know. I thought I had to work
Yeah.
since like 11. I've always been working. It's very odd because then you get older and you're like, why did I do that? Like
Do you feel like you missed some of your childhood? for that
yeah, of
reason?
course.
Pruning trees.
Yeah, I don't even understand it. And I thought it was so cool. Like when I turned 16, I was promoted to farmer market manager where I can drive the truck and I would tell
That's
the
a
little
big deal.
12, 13-year-olds what to do. And I thought I was so cool.
That's
I
a
was
big
like,
deal.
That's, yeah.
Farmers
I mean-
market manager.
yeah, I would drive the truck myself to the farmer's market and do
Wow.
everything
At 16.
at 16.
Wow.
And I just thought like, I peaked. I was like, this is it.
It's only downhill from here.
I'm like, I'm manning this farm. And all these old people are impressed that I know all the information about the raspberries. And it's very weird.
Well, you got to stand out in that way, much the way that you would here. But that was the only venue for you back then was a turnip truck, you know?
Yeah. You know what? Look, I was riffing bits with these old people.
I bet you were.
And I was being silly and I was having fun. I feel like if I wasn't a comedian, I would love nothing more than to just like own a shop and talk to people all day and help them pick out things like those like cute boutiques by the ocean that sell those fun hats and like there's towels and crystals
yeah.
and like earrings.
What sign are you?
Huh?
What sign are you?
Scorpio.
Are the Scorpios talkers? You're just very engaging with everybody. So it's maybe not, it doesn't have anything to do with your sign. I think it's just you.
Well, I'm also a Gemini rising, if you want to get
there
very
you go.
specific.
Okay, yeah.
And rising sign is how you present.
Geminis
are like,
yeah, it's like talking to
nonstop.
two people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's why some people don't know that I'm a Scorpio.
that's right. You're hiding
because I'm
it.
very Gemini-esque. And I also have Leo moon, which
That makes sense.
Leos are just like,
Yeah.
hello, spotlight. So yeah, my chart is set up for success. I start crying. I'm going to be successful.
That's going to be the teaser.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about for a second the studies that I saw. One of them I thought was really interesting. It's about flies. Okay. Why would they look at flies in terms of aging? I don't know how similar a fly is to a human, but there was a study done in 2021 where they used flies and they were looking at the genes that control stress and immunity. So in the first study, they looked to see if the flies would do any better if they starved them to death, and then they were fed antibiotics, and then they actually were. And then what did I write to my own self? I don't know what that means in terms of people. Oh, but that's what they found out.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know. I wrote a note to myself to say
It's
that.
like flies that like
I don't know if it was
they're
house flies,
blood-sucking flies. That like
I don't think
those are
so.
mosquitoes.
It just said flies. They weren't specific.
I wonder if they share a same genetic makeup.
Yeah, in some way. I mean, there's the movie The Fly.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. We tested on him.
How do you starve a fly of food? What do they eat?
What do they eat? That's a good question.
So basically, you're just trying to say if I starve myself and take antibiotics,
I think you're going to live longer.
or look younger.
Or look younger and look younger.
What is it, amoxicillin?
They didn't say.
I'm Googling.
I'll give him a call. Yeah.
Hold on, guys. I need to order some amoxicillin.
She's just having a lunch of, erythromycin.
But I wonder, that doesn't sound right, because my friend who's a holistic doctor, and as we know, holistic doctors know all. I really do trust her with my life. She says antibiotics is the worst thing you can take.
They are very bad for you. Yeah.
So how does that slow down aging?
Well, maybe they don't have a gut like we do. And I think it was protecting them from like near death, maybe. And then the next study they did was something to do with bacteria, and it prevented the growth of the bacteria. They raised them in a sterile environment, and they saw a similar trend with that as well. So I don't know. It's bizarre.
Yeah. I would like to see more experiments done.
I would like to see those too.
Let's see some mice.
Yeah, we could start with mice, not just flies.
Right.
I'm still confused as to why the flies. But they did say the rate of which the activities where the genes changed was slower in the flies that were fed the antibiotics. So that's why it was important for me to bring that up, is because their aging process was slower.
If it's antibiotics, then it's going against what your body normally does, and your body normally ages and progresses.
Anti-life, those, right?
Say what?
Antibiotic. It just means because
antibiology is good. Yeah, well, yeah, it's killing the stuff that's off, so it might actually slow down.
Anything else that's killing you? Like that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Or just in general, maybe it just slows your body down because your body's doing something completely different than it normally does.
I'm not sure why, if this is even relevant, but that was an interesting study that I found about the flies.
Well, in that case, I should thank every guy who gave me a UTI, because taking those antibiotics,
there you
I'm
go.
younger.
You live forever.
Yeah. Joke's on you.
What they did do is they tried to locate the genes that are linked to the aging process. And so if we're going to want to know how to combat aging, then we have to know which gene it is. So I guess they're trying to separate which gene it is that those things are affected by.
I think that's why celebrities look so young.
Why? Because they're genetically something?
Right. I think that there must be advanced science that only they have access to, where they know which genes to manipulate to reverse the aging process. Because it doesn't make sense that Kate Beckinsale, who's 50.
She looks exactly the same as she did 30 years ago.
And she has gotten no filler, and she claims have no Botox.
Really?
So there's some gene manipulation going on. There has to be.
I just watched her in, are you watching the series Disclaimer?
She's still acting.
Wait, who are you saying?
Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I was thinking of Kate, the other Kate.
Blanchett.
No, Kate Beckinsale's had tons of fillers. She's just filler.
Really?
She looks like you, right? That one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
you.
yeah. But you don't look like you've had filler. But I mean, I've seen a lot of filler around her. I mean, it seems like
She has claimed, I've read articles saying that she never has gotten any procedure done at all because she has some type of issue that wouldn't work with her blood or
Okay.
something like that.
Well, Nicole Kidman also said that she never had any work done. So did Michael Jackson. He said he didn't have
Nicole Kidman has gotten so much work done. What do
Yeah,
you mean?
I
I
know.
think she had a new front panel put in on one side of her head. Yeah.
And she's wearing wigs.
Yep.
Yeah,
All the time.
all the wigs. Yeah. Now, you know what though? I would wear all the wigs too.
I would too. I love wigs. I have a wig room.
love
What am I
wigs.
saying?
You have a wig room?
I have a wig room. Yeah.
Okay, why have I not been to your house in your wig room?
You need to come over and put on wigs.
I have a
And
wigwam.
That's literally what Nikki talks about. She's like, I want to have a room that's full of wigs.
I really do.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Me too. That
I
was
have
mine.
I have a clip on now, like a what do you call it? Well, I have a halo that hangs, and I've already given that a haircut. I have 2 fake ponytails at the moment.
love a fake ponytail.
Oh, I love.
So
and
much fun.
I've got a dark wig, so I look exactly like my other sister. It's like very long, and then I've got the snap-on ones, where it's like a what do you call it?
I don't know.
It doesn't cover your whole
clip on
head. It starts
A
what?
topper?
Topper. Thank you.
I had this conversation with someone yesterday, and he was calling it a frame.
A frame. I've never heard of that before. It's really just a toupee for ladies.
And he's like, "Do you had a frame in?" And I said, I had a hair clip. I had my hair clipped up like this.
Yes.
And he was like, "You had a frame in." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Ask anyone. It's called a frame."
Never heard of that before in my life.
Interesting.
Maybe I'm saying the wrong word that he said, but he definitely said a word I've never heard in my life.
Frown? Frown?
Flan.
Flan.
That's what it was.
You
Did
were wearing a dessert.
Did you have a dessert clipped to the back of your head?
Dessert clips. It's like chip clips. That topper, not the topper, but the halo you have that's like has a little that like has like the hair at the end. It looks like Hulk Hogan's hair. Like if you put it on, if you're bald and you
When
put
I
that
put it
on
on him, it looks hilarious.
yeah, it looks just like the hair in the back. So it
I
looks
also
like,
gave it a haircut, so it looks
Yeah.
really weird.
But I think it's so fun that you can do that. Like
I know,
you
and
can
I
just
don't
change
care.
your look.
I'll
You can
tell anybody
no.
I'm wearing a wig. I don't give a shit. I
Yeah.
think it's fun. I mean, this is my hair. This is my real hair, and there's not a lot of it. So I would just, I'm gonna just do the best. That's what I came up with the other night. Let's see if it holds up now that if I say it now that I'm awake. That beauty is doing not just being beautiful, but beauty is doing the best with what you have.
Yes.
And if I have wigs, I'm gonna wear them.
Beauty is also, it's just money at the end of the day.
It's a lot less romantic than my. But yeah,
It's just people, you invest in things to make yourself beautiful.
Mhm.
No, beauty is more than skin deep, or what's the
Whatever bullshit people say.
I know.
do you have expensive wigs?
Probably 2.
I have one.
They're mostly like on the cheaper side, but you don't need to spend a lot of money on your wig to look nice.
Okay.
Like if you order them from Amazon, you can get like a nice wig. But yeah, anything between like $25 and like $50.
Oh my God, that's nothing.
Yeah, and you can find a really nice wig.
Are they easy to style, or is it just like something you get? You're like, no, that's
They're just for characters.
Nice.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Okay,
all
perfect.
for characters and like impressions and stuff. But I definitely have one that I've like worn to like a party or like.
And it looks good.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it's
you've
cute.
worn it, yeah. And then even when they don't look good, you can put like a headband on it or like,
Right.
There's little tricks.
I actually love hair extensions too.
The
I have-
permanent ones or the
I have
clip-on ones?
I have the clip-in ones and the real hair.
Oh,
And it matches my exact hair. So when I curl my hair, I'll just do like a couple here just to like more volume.
yeah.
But tonight, I'm gonna do them all just to make my hair longer.
So it'd be longer than this is your natural
This is
length
my
here?
natural hair.
Okay.
Yeah,
You have a
no
lot of it.
extensions.
She has a lot of hair.
And
Thank
you
you.
don't have fillers in your hair, do you?
But I will tonight.
You
Yeah,
have
that's
fillers.
right.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Is
have
that what they call them? Fillers?
Hair fillers.
Hair fillers?
Well, extensions.
Well, because I was just like making a joke about fillers, but you could actually do that. Next time you talk to the frame guy, say, no, they're fillers. There you go. So you mean fillers? No one says extensions.
I just keep changing all the beauty products. I just keep gaslighting him.
Yes.
He's like, I grew up with sisters. I'm like, well, I'm a woman and I know.
Yeah, we definitely need to. Well, I only have a few wigs, but I want to see your collection.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll show you.
So no, there's another one that this is actually more relevant. Acne, right? So
okay.
You don't really get acne. Did you get acne as a kid?
I actually told somebody this and they glared at me because we were talking about pimple patches, how they're all the rage now.
What? Oh, the patches.
All the kids can cover it up with a little star. It's cute. And I told them I've never broken out like as a teenager.
I have to make an observation about that.
And I guess that's an annoying thing to say to someone.
Oh, say it.
No,
but
I don't.
No, I never broke out either. And I think when you don't have a lot of acne, you don't leave a lot of scarring. There's not a lot to cover up. So you're actually able to show your skin more. Whereas somebody who's had a lot of acne is going to have scarring. It's going to look more aged. And also it's going to, when you put makeup on it, you're going to see it.
That's right. And I guess foundation ages you. I didn't know this. Using foundation every single day, it like over time it ages your skin faster.
Oh wow.
And I didn't start wearing foundation until I turned 30.
Okay.
Like my whole 20s, I just wore like bronzer.
You wear it all over though?
Foundation?
Yeah. You do?
Yeah.
I don't think you needed it though, do you?
I feel like I need it.
Okay.
I feel like I look younger when I put it on.
Okay.
But when I don't put it on, it's not like, ooh,
no,
you know, it's not like a jump scare or anything.
Jump scare.
I just like the smoothness.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And it's like, it's the color is, what do you call it?
Color correcting. It's like when you have a video and you send it to color and they get it in post. Yeah. Just get yourself in post every day.
Yeah.
Sandro knows he's wearing some bronzer.
Have I put makeup on you?
Some foundation?
No, actually, I didn't put it on you. I put it on Lucas Hurl when he came in.
Oh, that was so funny.
I put some makeup on him. Yeah.
Guys like kind of love it though. If I'm doing a shoot with them, anytime I've shot with them, they're like, can you cover?
Yeah, because they're not going to have it.
And it's so fun. I like putting makeup on boys. Don't tell anyone.
No, I want to do an episode where we get one of those makeup artists to do all the contouring. And I want to have everyone to have the contouring. Sandro included, and see like how it changes our face.
I know, it's fun.
It's fun, right? I don't know how to do it.
I like getting rid of a good sheen on my face, and usually I have a lot of them, you know? It's like reflections. But
there aren't any good sheens, by the way.
No, well, I don't have any Estevez's either, but we could, like, just dabbing it off is nice. Like
dabbing off the sweat?
Making kind of matte look, you know what I mean?
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Then, I do. It's very satisfying because you go from like, ugh, to like, oh, cool. And I keep one of those little pads in my my pocket.
Oh, does it absorb the oil
compact,
or whatever? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. What are you doing over there? Are you putting
now?
on,
Now I'm like, is my concealer scrunching up?
No, not
it's
at all.
My under eye?
No, it's concealed.
It's concealed.
It's concealed. Yeah, exactly. Really fast before we go on with the acne, you're supposed to now. I don't know if you already know this from all the memes. You put it here. And then supposedly, I don't put mine on with a brush, but
the
you put
ring
it
finger.
Here. Oh yeah, with the ring finger, right? But you put it like where these little troughs are here. You don't want to go all the way across.
I don't do that.
And they're saying you put it here and then you brush it upwards. I don't use a brush for anything. I just have one finger of concealer. Yeah, and I just put it here until it rubs up, wears off, and then I put on more.
And then I was also recently told you put blush right here.
Yeah, I put blush all the way across here and across my nose even a little bit. So it looks like you were out, you know, right? It looks like you were running. I'm going to start doing
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a very youthful look as opposed to like the 80s when we would just put blush like right here.
I just, today is when I realized to stop doing that.
Doing that. That's hilarious.
That's so funny. All right. So News Medical, one of the world's leading open access medical and life science hubs, they claim. Right? Yeah. They did a study in the UK that was analyzing families with parents who did or didn't have acne compared with the percentage of either just single children, we'll just call them singletons, because that's what they call them in the doctor world, or twins. So I thought this was interesting. Only 15% of the singletons were at risk of having acne due to genetics, you know? So if their parents had acne, they only had a 15% chance of that being passed down. Whereas the twins for some reason, the number was all the way up to 47%. So, and it didn't matter if it was the dad or the mom who had acne. Because I always ask that when I have a client, like, you know, did your parents have acne? And I never have really gotten like, you know, so this makes sense now, you know, because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Like, it is hereditary.
It is.
Some of it, sometimes it is. Yeah. I think it has to do with hormones too. But yeah, I've known people who have had like, you know, like cystic acne, and their parent, you know, one of their parents had really bad acne as well.
My sister, I think she had acne, but my mom and dad both didn't have it. So,
but you didn't either.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. So it's not. So it could be environment. It could be diet. It could be hormones. It could be a lot of different things. Yeah. And it depends on where the acne is too. Like if she was here, I'd be like, oh, well, this is, you know, stomach stuff. This is, you know.
This is hormones.
Yeah. This is hormones. Yep.
Chin's hormones.
Yeah. Where your bearded would be.
And what did you say? This is what?
This is like stomach. This is like your ascending and descending colon. This is where the pooper is right here.
I knew it. On your face?
Uh-huh.
I said that's where your butthole was. I don't know why.
That's why he always tongues it.
Hey, I do. Chin hole. I love it.
Yeah, my chin hole.
Aww.
I know.
So symbolic.
I try to keep it clean.
It's nice. Yeah.
Keep it fresh.
A clean chin is a
Yeah.
clean butt. That's what they say.
We're not going to air this, by the way.
No, please.
It's going live right
It's
now.
the best.
This
I
is
know.
the clip.
Yeah.
What's this? Because if I break out, it's during my period and I get like a couple right here. Or nose.
Liver's
Nose.
here.
Liver. And the nose?
Nose is like stomach and heart, but your heart is fine. It's probably just stomach and digestive stuff. Yeah. And especially if it's near your period. I know I always had like
Always near my period.
always constipated, always, you know.
Oh, I'm
or
the
diarrhea,
opposite.
Yeah, I would always be both. It would be like hot and cold. Hot and cold.
I mean,
running poo.
yeah. Hot and cold.
Yeah.
She's always hot and cold.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what your you know, like you said you're sober now. I don't know what your drug of choice or whatever it was. I'm just saying, but like when you went to, let's say you were getting sober, detoxing, quote unquote, did you have any breakouts then anywhere? Like something that you were like, your body was used to having, and then you were like, no, I can't have this anymore. And
I noticed that my face cleared up in a way. My face was puffy.
Okay.
It wasn't even like my face got like snatched when I stopped drinking.
Okay.
The puffy eyes like went away. It was
Yeah.
like
Yep.
I looked probably like immediately like 6 years younger. I'm not even kidding.
You have, I remember you from a while back, and you still looked beautiful then, but your circles under your eyes were more pronounced.
They were.
I just thought it was sleep.
No, drinking.
I didn't realize you were drinking.
Mhm.
Not that, you know, whoever, drink, whatever, but.
Yeah,
you know.
drink a drink.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta drink, right? Yeah, I was doing it
Yeah.
hard.
Gotcha. Like right before bed or just all night, or were you pulling all nighters?
I could never pull an all-nighter because I didn't do coke. I was terrified of coke. I did cocaine once.
Yeah. How did you like it?
It was a day party.
A day party doing cocaine in the daytime?
I had my friend peer pressured me. He literally put it in my nose and was like, sniff. And I was like, this is what Dare told me not to do. Okay. And I took it and I immediately felt like I chugged like 5 Red Bulls. I did not enjoy the feeling. I left the party. I went to Runyon and I sprinted up Runyon on coke as fast as I could because I was like, I gotta use the energy. I gotta get it. I had to get it out of my system.
Looking for an agent.
Looking for an agent, looking for a manager. I'm on coke. Will you hire me now?
I feel like that's all these people are looking for. Like they're dressed in like a bikini and sneakers. They're looking for their next representation.
Oh, for sure they are. Yeah, but I definitely was.
That is fucking.
I was out of
hilarious.
my mind, and I hated the feeling. I never did it ever again, and that's such an LA story. I was on coke, so I went to Runyon and ran up Runyon.
Not really those two in the same story usually, though.
I was on coke, and then I saw patients, and then that's like very much.
Yeah, surgery.
You never know.
Surgery. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
wild.
so I would just like to bring a point across that it's probably everybody probably knows, but it's probably worth saying that like because we're looking at like genetic stuff, it looks like that the genes don't necessarily dictate what you've got, you know, and like even if you're diagnosed, like if a doctor says you have your mother had heart, whatever, your dad was prone to blah, blah, blah.
Athlete's foot.
Dad was prone to athlete's foot.
Yep.
It doesn't mean that those things are going to express themselves. And what you do on the outside, isn't that called epigenetics?
Epigenetics, yeah.
Right. So what you do on the outside is really going to either turn those genes on or off. And so it's really more about taking responsibility. And I think too many people go to the doctor and they hear that and they're like, well, now I'm going to have heart disease. And so they're just like, then you get it in your head. If you tell you something long enough, you're going to create it. Yeah, you're going to create 100%. It. 100%. Sure. Yeah. I wrote down what Joe Dispenza says, which I know that's why I did it for you.
Thank you.
Emotions are chemical feedback. Okay. The end products of experiences we have in our external environment. So as we react to a situation in our external environment, wait, where did I go?
Yeah.
That produces an emotion. Wait, where did I leave off?
So as we react to a situation, yeah.
I'm just quoting this. To, where is it?
Do you want Coke? Yeah, this is a direct quote. Hold on. Where is it?
Quote, yeah. All right. So as we react to a situation in our external environment, right? So that produces an emotion. The reason why I'm having a hard time, I lose my place because there's a camera right in the center of the screen. So I can't always I lose my place.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you read it.
Do you want me to start from as we react?
Yeah.
So as we react to a situation in our external environment that produces an emotion, the resulting internal chemistry can signal our genes to either turn on, upregulating, or producing an increased expression of the gene or to turn it off.
Right. So it's not the gene itself that's physically changing the expression of the gene changes. It's the expression is what matters.
So is he just saying that thinking it's your thought that creates the emotion and the emotion turns it on? The emotion. So you can think yourself young.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying, essentially.
I believe that to be 100% true.
I do too. And people tell me the last podcast I was on that I'm addicted to energy.
What?
I don't even know what
does that mean?
Crystals and manifesting and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ethereal? What's the problem with that?
Yeah.
So I hate to say the word spiritual because it's so overused in LA, but like, this shit is real. I fully believe we live in a hologram. I believe we live in a matrix. This is a simulation and everything is just energy and particles and vibration. And we can manipulate our reality through our thoughts.
I agree with you.
So you can be younger if you think it.
But they don't want that. They want you to be in the mines. They want you to vote one way or the other.
They want you to pay for things.
Exactly. They want you to age because then you become a customer, or as people call them, patients.
Right.
No, I believe that too. I believe your mindset is so much of it. I have relatives that have thought themselves sick, have worried themselves into
mine too. So
ailments,
many. Yeah.
And it's like you see it and you're like, wow, it just. I
Louise
wish I
Hay,
had known it sooner.
Yeah, Louise Hay has a whole list. I'm sure you've seen it. But didn't we see you at the Law of Attraction, the Esther Hicks thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then
my God. I love that you guys.
Stacia punched me in the face there while we were there.
On purpose?
No, of course not.
She was just excited to see you.
She went to give me a hug and she clocked me right in the face. It was so funny. I was like, why did I attract that?
Well, I think the energy there was nuts.
It was buzzing.
I felt high.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I felt high.
Yeah, for sure. And you guys were in the front row too.
You know what's really weird? So do you remember the girl that came up on stage who had a broken leg at the end and talked about she was trying to create something? I don't know. She had a really good share and it was amazing. It was the last thing of the night. Her and I randomly met, and she after that, probably 4 months later, because I needed a sponsor because I'm in a 12-step program, not to brag, but I'm nuts. Okay. And she and I connected, and it wasn't until we were doing step work that we both were like, oh, we love Abraham Hicks. And then she was the woman at the end. And I thought, law of attraction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is real. Because hello.
It super is real. I think, I mean, yeah. I totally believe it. And I think it's becoming more in the mainstream. And I think
now it is with TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
And they want to ban. They want to ban TikTok because
that's why, huh?
TikTok is awakening everyone on a mass level that they do not like.
Do you know?
And it's uniting us.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. It's uniting us. And astrologically, supposedly, I've been watching, I forget the name of the woman, but she's saying like within the next 2 or 3 years, so many things are going to be pulled up and you're going to see all the little cockroaches underneath the rocks of all the systems that we've been believing all this time.
It's happening right now.
It's happening right now.
With celebrities.
I know. And all of them.
Politics.
Oh my God. And then, and yeah, it's going to be eventually it will go towards a more unified, like, you know, we take care of each other. I really pray for that. Especially I have nieces and nephews and I'm just praying that they grow up in a more loving, inclusive world than I did. Like truly. That's why I don't think I want to have kids. I'm like terrified of what is going to happen. But, yeah, astrologists are predicting 2025 is going to feel and look like no other time in our lives. Wow. Our bodies are supposed to completely change over the next few years. Listen, I'm not an astrologer. I'm not a scientist.
Well, I am.
I'm not a doctor. And she is.
All of those.
Yeah.
This is the Sex, Drugs, and Manifestation podcast.
Oh, I love that. So much
Sex,
better.
Drugs, and Law of Attraction.
Copyright.
Welcome back to Sex, and Sex Care.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Yeah.
I actually really love that though.
Sex, and Sex Care.
Yeah.
It's like it's a good rattle off.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I just think that there's so much beautiful stuff in life to see and to enjoy, that to have your time taken up with like such garbage about like, you know, like, no, I believe this. It's like, all right, well, cool. But look how awesome this sunset is from so many different angles, from so many different places in the world. I mean, go to Yosemite for like 3 days and tell me you care about anything else. Like, it's just,
my gosh.
Nicole Amy was like, you have to go. And then of course we did. And we were going to go camping. And then like 3 weeks before we're like, we don't know how.
we're going to go wilderness camping.
Can't you just sleep out of a car? Like truly?
You could probably.
You could, yeah, totally.
But we got a hotel.
Oh, okay.
It was nice.
Because if someone tells me to camp, I'm like, if you don't have an RV, like, can we just put a mattress in the back of the car and sleep?
I don't see why not.
Because that's the camping I want to do.
Girl, you're hardcore. But
I don't want to be
tall.
I don't want to be in a tent.
No, yeah.
I'd rather sleep in a car.
Yeah, that's true.
Than a tent. And it seems like I don't want to set up a tent. It's so much work.
It is.
You know?
Yeah, it is. Plus all the tents are like all together when you're in some of those places.
Unless you go like out into the wilderness.
Right, which is what we thought we were going to do.
But then we started hiking and we're like, well, we're out of breath already. Imagine,
yeah, we were hiking here in California.
Yeah,
you know.
imagine like bringing so much shit with you.
That reminds me of those videos people are posting where they just show the most beautiful shots of nature with music and the font is like, and they want us to be sitting at a desk. They don't want us to see this, right? It's like our world is set up so that we don't get too, there's shots of waterfalls in the desert and just like beautiful sunsets and sunrises. And it's like this is what is out there, but we're all chained to computers and our homes.
I don't know. I've seen some really breathtaking screensavers. I've seen some like desktop photos that'll make you go,
cry.
Wow. You make you cry. I saw a screensaver of the Grand Canyon at sunset that made me cry.
This is why we're still
I
together.
think it's true.
Yep.
All the arguing is, it's fine.
Yeah.
But no, it's true. There's so
like,
much beauty that you're just sitting there like, click, clack, 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 clack. It's lame.
I feel like it's hopeful though. For so long though, I feel like we've been heading, and I was starting to be like, holy shit, are we just going to just explode? But then now I'm starting to feel like, you know what? There is a possibility of things turning around, and I'm just going to look at that. I'm not going to, all right, we have to go in a second, but I'm going to give this last, so one of my clients told me that she did like the chopping the wood block thing. Have you ever seen that? Like back in the 70s, they would like put the wood block out and like be like, if you believe it, you can do it, right? And then they would chop it, right? And so she was chopping it, hand chopping, karate chopping it. And it was just hurting her hand. He goes, no, you don't want to focus on the wood, which is where you are right now. You want to focus 6 inches under the wood. And as soon as she started doing that, boom. So do you get what I'm saying? The analogy?
It's like Tony Robbins walking on hot coals.
I thought you were going to say Tony Hinchcliffe. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like Tony Hinchcliffe bombing at the Trump rally. If he only believed that his jokes were funny, they might have hit.
By the way, go on Dana's Instagram. You're fucking, excuse my language, beeping. Maybe we can edit that out. Your sketch about the
publicist trying to turn it around.
So funny.
Thank you.
I was dying.
Yeah, I definitely made a joke, and I wish I edited it out. But at the beginning, I say, why didn't you make a joke about the Dominican? Why Puerto Rico? Everyone loves Puerto Rico. Why couldn't you say Dominican Republic? And I meant it in terms of Puerto Rico is more beautiful to visit than the Dominican Republic. I didn't mean it about the people.
Yeah.
And the people on TikTok took it the wrong way.
No
and
way.
it honestly breaks my heart. I thought about deleting it because I was like, that is not my intention. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
That joke was just about like being a beautiful island and like one being more beautiful than the other.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
No.
anyways, comedy, the way it's interpreted.
Well, I mean, that's just one word. Can you imagine if your whole act was subject to being now put on every part of the news I see him?
Yeah, you didn't specifically fly a place and get in front of thousands of people on purpose.
He looked so uncomfortable. Honestly, I was like, is this a humiliation ritual?
That he
Did
enjoys?
someone no, truly, did someone force him to do that? To be, be the next Joe Rogan? It's like you have to kind of do these things and play their game to be at the level. And I sort of feel like he signed up
to get this. Yeah.
It's like an initiation
See,
process.
I think it is.
The comedy Illuminati.
I think it is because you see a lot of people do weird things like John Cena come out naked and it's not really a bit. It's like a weird humiliation thing in front of millions of people where it's not funny and it's humiliating.
That's why I bomb all the time, is because to get further my career.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. And then your name's on a billboard. And then sex, drugs, and skincare on Sunset Boulevard.
Me and Angeline.
Oh my God.
Just side by
Around
side.
in a pink Corvette.
Well, we all want everything.
We do. Oh my God.
But yeah, it is bizarre. It is bizarre, and I wish everybody the best of whatever they want.
Well, I feel like this is a hopeful
Same.
note that we ended our
Yes.
thing on, and I knew that would happen because Dana's such a positive person.
Oh,
I'm just so glad you got to be here with us, and we'll definitely
thank
have you back.
I
and,
love that. You guys this was so fun.
so
Good,
fun
good.
having you here.
Do you have, where can people find you on the socials or
Oh,
all your
yes.
places? Yes.
Attention.
Mhm.
Validation.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
My Instagram is @DanaMoonMe and my TikTok is @DanaMooner. And I also post in my Linktree shows. So come out to a show.
Oh, interesting.
All right,
But
cool. We'll
the
put all the
link
stuff
tree,
in the bottom
Yeah.
and everything, so you have all your links to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
what we
thanks so
say.
much for being here.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
thank you
having
so
me.
much. You're the best.
You're the best.
Oh my God. All right, so we'll see you guys. This will be out Wednesday at 3 a.m. and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's press
Yay.
record.
Yeah.